Alright, hey guys, Simon here, and we are playing the game Dear Esther. Esther? Esther? Dear Esther. I don't know, Esther. How do you pronounce that? Anyway, so I think it's an indie game. I don't know if they're indie anymore since I think this game was kind of successful. And I don't actually know what kind of game this is. Like, what kind of game? I don't know what this is, but I think we should play it, and we should find out. And we'll see whether it's good or not. Let me just check the audio. Yeah, that's usually too high. I usually have it around here. Let's see if this is gonna be a problem or not. Right, start. Okay, there's like 4 chapters. That's cool. Yes. So yeah, I don't even know what game engine this is on or what it's about. Apparently, it's story-driven and it looks good. I don't know. I'm just speculating. People say it's good. So we have 2 goals here. We need to find out what sort of game it is, whether it's good. Okay, 3 goals. Whether it's good, and then why it's good is what we want to find out. Yeah, so first up, what kind of game it is. I mean, the title screen looks pretty good. Like, you have water, you have like a cliff.
Dear Esther, the gulls do not land here anymore. I've noticed that this year they seem to shun the place. Maybe it's the depletion of the fishing stock driving them away. Perhaps it's me. When he first landed here, Donnelly wrote that the herds were sickly and their shepherds the lowest of the miserable classes that populate these Hebridean islands. 300 years later, even they have departed.
Okay. It's kind of emo. Even the seagulls are gone, all the shepherds are gone. So we're on an island and the mouse is really slow. That looks good though, look at that. Look at that thing in the distance. Let's turn this up just a bit. That's better. Whoa, lag. That's better, but if we have to do any combat, we might be in trouble. The field of vision is quite wide as well, look at that. Do you see the perspective? Most games these days have a narrower field of vision than this. This looks almost more than 90 degrees, it seems like. Maybe it's less. Maybe it is 90 degrees. I don't know what games are usually these days. 60? I don't know. But you see how the perspective is a little bit distorted at the edges. Anyway, you start the game looking at... Whoa, looking at the sun. Let's not tap the A key. My keyboard's broken, so I tap the A key quite a lot, just because it's broken. And it does that. The sky looks good. The water looks okay. The textures are really detailed. You can tell they spent a lot of time on all of this. There's a lighthouse. Bows. Back to the sun. There's a light in the distance as well. I think it's a radio tower or something. That's cool. I don't know why we arrive at the shore though. What is this? Can I open that? I don't know what the buttons are. Okay, I can't crouch. I can't crouch, okay. I can't seem to jump neither, that's okay. This looks really good. I hope the recording can record the whole all the details. But you know, it's running at 30 frames and I'm recording and my computer is kind of old and it looks really good. Cool. Props to these guys. I mean, I don't think there's bump mapping, or maybe there. Oh no, there is. There's bump mapping. You can see it. I don't think there's specular mapping, but everything's just really detailed. Like how did they manage to fit all of this, all of the textures into the game like this? Okay, automatic flashlight. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. No flies though, that's interesting. You would think by the ocean there would be flies. Is that a photo? Can we pick it up? Wait a minute. Pressing the left mouse button zooms in a little bit. That's interesting. What are these? Old maps and charts? Can't see what they are. What is it? That's not in English, is it? No, it's not in English. That's a shame. Anyone know what that is? Looks like some book of history or wait, music. Does anyone recognize that piece of music? Food and Gods. Oh no, Food and Goods, my bad. It seems like maybe if I recognize these things I would get a lot more out of this game. What does that say? Hebridean history? Hebrid. What is that? I don't even recognize what that word is. Playing cards. Lamp. And you wouldn't really want to eat out of that, but okay. What is this? That's a chemical formula. What is that? H, C, and H? It's a hydrocarbon of some sort. Don't know what exactly it is though. It's not very long. What is that like? What is methane or ethane? Or one of the shorter hydrocarbons. I wonder why that is significant. It seems like there's a lot of clues here that I just don't understand, which is a bit of a shame. What is this? Certificate of approval. I can't really read the other things. Electrical things, okay. Is that the same piece of music as before? Yep, it is. So there's music, there's chemistry, and is that like fluorescent paint? It seems to glow. It is a fluorescent paint. What's going on here? I can't pick things up though. So I get the feeling I'm missing things. Although it could all be just... Why am I in the ground? Did I just... How did I just go into the ground like that? That's strange. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff in that house that we don't really understand. Let's see, there's more fluorescent paint. Apparently, what does that say? Luminous paint premium plus. Yeah, so it's fluorescent paint, and there's buckets of it apparently. Hot water cylinder. I think we're foreshadowing something. Look at these plants waving in the wind. It's very detailed. Everything's very detailed. We've got 2 paths. Okay. Okay, well let's go up so we can have a look at the surroundings. Is this the game? Like, are we choosing paths? Is it like this is your choice, your moral choice? Is that barbed wire? It is barbed wire. So are we choosing one path and not the other? Does it actually go? Look at this detail. Look at this, plants everywhere, and we're still running at 30 frames a second. Oh, I've got vertical sync on, so it's not going to go any faster than 30 unless I can jump up to 60, I think. But okay, dead end. But the frame rate is pretty smooth. Wait a minute, what is that? Are these clues? Like, what is that? Is that a electrical circuit? Like a diode? I forgot what a dial. No, that doesn't look like that. What is that? Are these clues or what? And we can't get up there, and I don't. So we can get across here. That's interesting. So where does the other path go? The other path goes along the water. Maybe I need to play through this multiple times just to...
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later. The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
Okay, so there's like a hermit on the island, in the cave, in the valley, who rode here on a bottomless boat so he can... Oh, there's the cave. So is that it? Do I go in or do I just keep walking? Is this what the game is? Just pick your path? It seems like it, doesn't it? There's another drop. I don't know. I mean, I said I'd come up to get a better view. We don't really have a better view. Do we go into the cave or not? Let's come back and play through this game multiple times, if that's meant to be a thing. Can I get across here without falling down? I can't get up there without falling down. That's interesting. So should I go into the cave or should I keep walking here? Let's just keep walking here, see what happens. I think this might be the game. I think we just might be walking around and listening to a story. This might be it. I think these are crab cages, that you catch crabs in them, I'm not sure. Like you put some bait in the cage and you just lower it into the water and the crabs go in to grab the bait and then you close it and then pull it back up, and I think that's how you catch crabs. The kind you eat, not the other kind of crabs. You catch those in a different way.
When you were born, your mother told me, a hush fell over the delivery room. A great red birthmark covered the left side of your face. No one knew what to say, so you cried to fill the vacuum. I always admired you for that you cried to fill whatever vacuum you found. I began to manufacture vacuums, just to enable you to deploy your talent. The birthmark faded by the time you were 6, and had gone completely by the time we met, but your fascination with the empty and its cure remained.
Okay, that's a bit emo, but I don't do that. I don't cry to fill vacuums, I kinda just let things go. But okay. So there's a path back up, and there's also a path along the coast, I think. Hold on a bit. Sorry about that, just had to cough. Hope you enjoyed the music while I did. Should we go up? I really want to go up. Let's go up. We can always come back. We can always come back and look at these other things. Like, are we supposed to just choose a path, or are we supposed to explore every single thing? I'm not sure about this game. Anyway, let's go back up. See what we have here. I mean, it's light in the distance. That might be our destination. If that's the destination, that means that we can look at everything here and then come back for it. Okay, so this is where we fell down before, I think. Should we go back to the cave or not? Let's just go back to the cave. Let's just do that. Because it's right here, right? Let's go back to the cave. I think the red light is our destination. I'm not 100% sure. That's cool. I don't know how these plants survive in the cave. There's no light. Or not enough light for plants, you would think, but okay. I can't jump. Oh, that's unfortunate. Flat. You know, like a lot of in a lot of computer games, you would simulate plants by having flat textures like this. And like when you look at it front on, that looks good, right? And look at this one here, like it's just facing you. That's a bit strange when you do that. And so, you know, that looks good, but when you're on top of it, it looks bad. But you see how it's only like 2 polygons, like 2 triangles, basically, and then you put a texture on it. And it looks good from certain angles. I think if you use a few more polygons, make it like a curved shapes instead of just flat, it would look better from all angles.